Good morning, New Hope family. I wanted to come and share with you this week a little bit about an important event taking place this week for our online worship service. I want to introduce to you John Mitchell. John is the newest director of the Christian Restoration Association. John took over from Lee Mason in January of this year. You're familiar with the Christian Restoration Association a little bit. In our foyers each week, you can pick up the Restoration Herald. This is put out by the Christian Restoration Association. In fact, they distribute over 6,500 copies of the Restoration Herald every month. But the Christian Restoration Association, it really begins with the story of an estate, the estate of Sidney S. Clark. Mr. Clark was a Christian gentleman, and he left part of his estate to the Richmond Street Christian Church in Cincinnati, Ohio. He did that for the purpose of helping to establish new churches in destitute places, as they called it at that time. The resounding early success of that initiative resulted in monies flowing in to expand the influence of the Clark estate. And this ultimately led to the establishment of the Clark Fund to act independently of the Clark estate. In 1925, the Clark Fund was changed to the Christian Restoration Association. The Clark Fund was established with its objective carefully written in its constitution, which said to receive and distribute monies for the preaching of the gospel of Jesus Christ and the organization of churches of Christ according to the New Testament pattern and other church, educational, missionary, and benevolent enterprises. This mission was and is still continued by the Christian Restoration Association today. 100 years ago in 1920, it was a time of great change among the Christian churches and churches of Christ. Liberalism was creeping in the form of denying some of the important cardinal doctrines of the scriptures. Open membership, accepting individuals into the fellowship of the church who had not obeyed the gospel of Jesus Christ, that was taking place. The centralized control of missionary agencies, it posed a grave threat to the churches. And so the Christian Restoration Association was formed to stand in the gap against the onslaught of these forces which over time have proven hostile to the pure New Testament message. Those same threats still threaten the church today. And in the face of these threats and other threats, the Christian Restoration Association still stands ready to defend and disseminate the pure New Testament Christian message. They're one of our brotherhood ministries and worthy of our support. Now, I share that with you to tell you again that John Mitchell will be coming this week, and he will be preaching for us. And so when you view our service online Sunday morning, you'll see John preaching the gospel to you. At the conclusion of that, or maybe just prior to his preaching, John's going to be presenting us a check from the Recycled Riches program, which is a part of the Christian Restoration Association. Their Recycled Riches program has loaned out over $6 million through the years to churches who are going to do a building project or a renovation or build a new building, whatever the case might be. And they have approved us for a building loan. As you know, we are excited about adding an addition onto our building for children's classrooms, and we hope to be breaking ground very, very soon. And so we needed to procure a construction loan for that. The Christian Restoration Association and their Recycled Riches program has approved us for a loan. Our loan is in the amount of $300,000. Now, a typical construction loan from a commercial lending institution today runs in the neighborhood of about 4.25%, as high as 5% interest. So over a 15-year period of time, to pay back $300,000 at 4% interest, I'd just take that figure, you would pay interest of $99,431.48. The Recycled Riches program of the Christian Restoration Association, you pay a 2% administrative fee up front. So 2% of $300,000 is $6,000. From there on, the loan is interest-free. So by obtaining our building loan through the Christian Restoration Association, we are saving over $93,000 of interest. And so not only is it a good idea to do it because they're a brotherhood ministry and worthy of our support, but it's just good stewardship as well. And so John will be presenting to our leaders a check, and you'll get to witness that on the video this week. And we're excited to have that and to be able to proceed to schedule a groundbreaking ceremony and just a lot of good things that are taking place here at New Hope. And again, we want to remind you, this Sunday from 1 to 4 o'clock, we are voting on Andy Millis as our new youth minister. As you know, Drew will be stepping down from that position in July as he goes into the counseling profession full-time. And we did everything we know to do to try to bring Andy in front of you. If you haven't watched the video interview on our church website, please do that. You've had an opportunity, some of you, to come and meet Andy here at the church. We've put all the information out there that we know to do. And so from 1 until 4 o'clock this Sunday afternoon, we are voting on Andy here at the church building. You just drive in. You don't have to get out of your cars. We'll hand you a ballot through the window. You can place your vote in support of this or not in support of this, and put it in the box, the container that we'll have handy. Again, you don't even have to get out of your car, but we encourage you to come and show your support of Andy Millis this Sunday. So that's all for now, all for today. But again, you're going to be seeing John Mitchell preach this Sunday morning on our online service. And we are just so grateful for the ministry of the Christian Restoration Association. You know by now also probably that we, if nothing happens, are going to open our doors back up on Sunday, June the 7th, for our worship times. And so just be in prayer about that all will go well, and that we can do so safely and responsibly. And we hope to see you here. See you later.